So, so, now, my name is Fidel Martinez, as you already know, and I wish I had friends. Actually, I do have quite a few friends. Some of them are right here in the audience. But the thing is, it took many years of mostly luck to find them. And it hasn't been easy keeping friends either. So, and a lot of people have been like, you can look around for a lot of advice and whatnot on how to get friends and stuff. But one day I was sitting over at somebody's house and I looked down and I saw a book sitting on the floor. And I think it might have just the keys, points that we need to learn exactly how to make friends and how to keep them. So, today we're going to be learning how to make friends from this. So, because I think a lot of us should take, especially myself, should take a good look and think about, are we good friends to other people? So without further ado, let us begin. First page, me, myself, and I. There are times when it feels good to be by yourself, enjoying your own company. And this is a good thing to remember before you go off trying to make sure you always have somebody around, that sometimes it is good to spend time alone and spend time by yourself. There's lots of advantages to it, such as, having everything to yourself and just being able to quietly reflect on things without worrying about somebody else's feelings and actions. So that's one good thing to remember before, that it's always good to have alone time. But of course, that's not what we're here for. So, first question, who can be your friend? And it's a good question, like, where do you start? Like, who should I ask to be my friend? And, well, the answer is pretty much anybody, actually. And it's not that hard to do so. In this example here we have right here, this little boy is saying, oh, I want to be friends with this guy, but he goes, I'm scared to ask. What if he says no? And then, so what if he tries it? And here's what happens. Want to play? Okay. See, it's that simple. It doesn't take much effort at all. You just go up to someone and say hi. And, yeah. So, anybody can be your friend. You can be your parent if necessary. It can be somebody who's your age. It can be someone older than you, someone younger than you, someone who's halfway across the world. Especially given the amount of internet connections we have now, there's limitless possibilities to who you can be your friend. So never look anybody down. Every single person in this room could potentially be your best friend for the rest of your life. Yeah, so keep that in mind. And there is one thing that's very important to recognize in a friend, though. And this is probably the most important thing. All friends love each other. And now the word love is a very general word that's used to mean pretty much anything by now, but so how do you show love to a friend? How do you love your friends? Well, there's plenty of ways to do that. You can try and defend them if something goes wrong, and if they're having trouble. If you have things that you want to, if you're hanging out, try and make sure you share your stuff. This is a basic thing, but I feel like this might still be a problem, so share your stuff, people. Share your stuff. Make sure, if they want to do something, maybe you don't want to do something that they want to do. Maybe your friend wants to play dress up, and you're like, I don't want to play dress up. Sometimes you just have to go with it, even if you don't want to do something. And if somebody's spreading rumors about your friend, either defend them or just don't help in that. So, there's actually a whole theory on this. It's called the 5 love languages. Anybody here heard of it? The 5 love languages, and this is an interesting theory. The way it goes is that there are 5 basic ways that people feel loved, and most people will respond to one of these more than the others. Those 5 languages are words of affirmation, actions of service, physical touch, there were a couple more, receiving gifts, and quality time. Now, I don't have time to go into that right now, but you guys can look it up later, and all those most of those should be fairly self-explanatory. You can look it up, the 5 love languages, and find lots of information on it. And one great thing to do would be to think about your friends and think about what is their love language. What do they seem to feel the best about. When I give them stuff, when I spend time with them, when I'm nice to them, when I do things for them. What about that? What is the thing that I can do that makes them feel good? So this is an important thing, to always remember to love your friends. And here's more ways. You can give them something if in case they're feeling down, just again, give them something if that's what they respond to. Maybe you could help them if they have trouble with homework or something. This right here. This math is hard. I don't get it. Try it this way. See, there's an example. And if you can cooperate, go along with your friends' ideas sometimes. Again, go with things that other people want to do. You can't always have what you want. This is compromise. It's a very important life lesson, not just in friendships, but in everything, but friendships especially. And let's say you're having a competition and your friend beats you. Now, I know there's a lot of trash talk that goes on, and of course it's perfectly fine if everybody's okay with it, but you have to remember to be careful and not to hurt someone's feelings. Joining in the fun. So there are times when you might feel left out of a group. In fact, this is one of the things that is one of my biggest problems, because I can feel out in a group of there can be 3 people and I'll feel left out. It doesn't take much. So there's a few ways to join in if you're ever feeling left out. You don't have to just, try and kick the door down. You can go out and find somebody else to play with you. Or you could see if you can help them out in some way. Or even just find something to do by yourself. Again, alone time isn't always a bad thing. Okay, this is where we start to get to the other side of things, stuff not to do. Bosses and bullies, stuff to avoid. So we'll start off with bossiness, because this might be the bigger problem here. If you've ever met someone who just always wants to have things their way and won't ever change and just is always trying to command other people to do exactly what they want, this is exactly what this is talking about. For those of you, if you think that might be you, and it probably very well is, yeah. So, just remember that if you try and make things always your way, not only is nobody going to be happy, but you'll find that you won't enjoy things as much either. So, again, this is compromise. I feel like I'm reiterating this about 17 times, but it seems like it's an important point. So, compromise. Be willing to do things that other people want to do, even if you don't want to do them, sometimes. And then bullying. This might be a thing among younger kids at this point. Hopefully we've outgrown this. Please tell me you have. But some people will try and intimidate other people into hanging out with them or being their friends. Don't do this. Just don't do it. Don't do it! Okay, making up with a friend. So, let's suppose you and your friend have an argument. Maybe this actually deals specifically with sharing things. And this is, how can you resolve let's suppose you and your friend are having trouble discussing something that you're trying to do. How can you resolve some sort of situation like that? And this deals mostly with sharing, so I think I'm going to continue over this page because I feel like, again, most of us know how to share already. But this is a problem that I think a lot of us should really look at. Arguments. If you've ever had a time when you just have a friend and you're getting an argument and you just keep yelling louder and louder, and then it just gets bad, and then you just stop talking to each other for a week, and anybody here ever had that kind of thing? Yeah, that's what I thought, yeah. So, that is never fun. And fortunately, there is a solution, and it's a 9-step process, but a lot of these are very quick steps. It's fairly simple. Just remember this every time you have an argument. Just remember to do this. Simple steps. 1, stop arguing. Just remove yourself from the situation and say, I need some time or whatever it takes, and then just take some time to get a breath. Calm down. Take deep breaths, count backwards, relax your muscles, or leave the group for a minute. Whatever of those, or something else that helps you get calm and helps you collect yourself before you go confront a situation. Because you don't want to confront a situation while you're all hot-headed. That never leads to good things. Next, agree to talk it out. Find a time or something when you can work everything out. Because oftentimes you won't be able to do it right away. So figure out when you can just get together and work everything out. Everyone gets a turn to tell, not yell, their story, and be listened without interruptions. So this is kind of self-explanatory, actually. Just take turns explaining your sides of what got you mad, what you were saying, and let every person say their whole thing before you say it. Even if you disagree with what they say, at least let them finish so you can understand where they're coming from. Next, think of lots of ideas for solving the problem. These next two steps might remind you of engineering class. It's the old brainstorm and then pick a solution situation. Just think of lots of ways. Just throw everything out there. Think, maybe we could just, take some time off, or maybe we just maybe one of us needs to grow up and change how we are. And in fact, that might very well be what happens sometimes. I know that's happened to me a lot. Think of a bunch of solutions. Think of ways to fix the problem. Then pick one. Then pick a solution, pick a way, pick some method that you think is going to work, and roll with it. And then decide how you're going to go about it. Because oftentimes, maybe the solution is, I need to stop getting so hot-headed about this, or something like that. And it's just like, well, how are you going to do that? So think about a methodology of carrying out your plan. And then do it! Exclamation point. Should be a couple more over there. And then, don't be mean. Remember, arguments are allowed, but meanness is not. Don't just let it turn into a flame war. So 9-step process. It'll get you through pretty much any argument. Being friendly. Now, it's not like, I'm going to be nice to my friends, but everybody else. No. Sometimes there is a good point is learning how to be nice to other people who aren't just a part of your little circle. And it's not that hard. If there's someone else who seems left out, just invite them to hang out with you. And then if somebody's having trouble with something, help them out. And you could just here we are, right here. It means treating others the way you would like them to treat you. Any questions? Yeah. It's very self-explanatory. It feels great to have a friend, and man, does it ever.